And now welcome to this lecture. If you have any problem in my previous lecture, so kindly add the discussion in the course. I will help you as much as I can. And now in this lecture I'm gonna build this slider. So first of all we will put a section, and in that section we will put this image. We will create a separate div, and that div contain this span text and this heading. Let's start. Here is this, and this is the section that is for the slider, and here I'm gonna give it the class slider, and then in between this here I'm gonna insert the image src, and here is images, and here is slider show. Here is slider show. Here we don't need to write slider show. Here is the image 1.jpg, and now this image is inserted. Let's check it. Here it is. Now I'm gonna check its name. Here we have to write slide show, and here it is. And now we have to give it height and width and then adjust it, then it will be okay. And now after this we have to create another div that is here. This is a black div. It have the black background and it is little transparent by using the opacity. And now another thing is this div, that is the black div, it have the text, it have z index greater than the z index of this slider image. So now that's why I'm gonna give the z index to this div greater than the z index of this image, because we have to show this text and the div on the top of this image. And here I'm gonna create another div for the text. Here is the class caption, and here is the div, and then here I'm gonna create the h1. Here is the h1, and in between this we have to put the text. Here it is, and then after it we have to put the text in the span. Here is the span, and here it is. Copy and paste it here, and here is the div that contain the text, and here is the slider section. And now let's give it the styles. And here is, first of all, give the style to the slider div, give it the height and width. Here is, first of all, position is relative, and then here is the width is become 100%, and then here is overflow is become hidden, and then here is the height is 600 pixel. This is the height of the image, and we have to give the same height and width to the div that is also the height and width of the image. And now here it is. So now let's give the height and width to the image. Here is dot slider, and here is the display block, and here is the position relative, and then here is, I'm gonna give it the z index to the image. The image have the z index 1, and then we will give the z index to the div, this div 2, then it will be shown on the upper side. And here is the maximum height of the image is 600 pixel. Here is 600 pixel, and here is the width, And now let's check it. Here is this. So now the image is inserted. Now the next thing is, here we have to give the style to that div that contain the text and give it the z index 2. And here is, I have given it the class caption, and here is the class caption dot caption. Here is, and here it is, display block. And here is the z index to show it on the top. Here I'm gonna give it the z index 2, and then here I'm gonna give it the black background. Here, then you can understand it why it is why we have given it the z index 2. Here I'm gonna give the color in the RGBA, and here is the color is 0 0 0, and I will give the opacity later. And here is, I'm gonna give the 0.9 full opacity, and here we have to set its position, and here is the absolute position, and here is 0, right side is also 0, and here is the bottom side is also 0. And now here it is. Here you can see that this is the div that is appear on the top of this image. It contains the text. It is shown on the top because it have the z index 2. This image have the z index 1. And now here it is. Left side is 0, right side is 0. So when all sides are 0, and that's why it is shown just like normally. And that's why when we give it the bottom side 0, so it is shown on the bottom side. When we give the top side 0, so it will show here. At this point we have give the bottom side 0, so the bottom side distance is removed, then it will show at the bottom side. And now here is, I'm gonna reduce the opacity to 0.7, and then here is the color of the text is white #FFF, and here is the padding of the div is 30 pixel, and here is the 20 pixel, and here is the 10 pixel. 20 pixel is just for left and right, 30 pixel is just for top, 10 pixel is just for bottom. And here is the text line in the center, and here is the margin, maximum width, none. And now here is the, let's check it. So here it is created. So we have given it the maximum width none, so it have not any maximum width. It can be anything, or its maximum width is maybe 2000 pixel or anything, you can say that. And now here I'm gonna give the font size to this text, and then I will reduce this margin on the bottom side of this heading. And here it is, right dot caption, and here is the font size. Here is this, and here is this, and margin bottom 20 pixel, and here is, and now I will give the font size to this span, and then I will remove the default margin and the padding of the H1. And here is, let's give the style to the span text. and here is this. And first of all, I'm gonna remove the margin and the padding of all the h1 and the h2 h3 and all the headings that we will create in the future in this website, and then I will give the font size and line height to all the headings and that we will use. And here I'm gonna add the distance, and here it is, and here is h1 h2 h3 h4 h5 h6, and here it is. Margin is 0 and the padding is also 0. Here it is. And then here I'm gonna give the font size to the headings. First of all, h1 and h2, here is its font size is 25 pixel, and here is the line height is also 25 pixel, and here is 4 others, and here is 4, and here is 3, and here is 5, and here is 6, and here is 20 and 20, and here is 16 and 16. And now let's execute it. So now it is adjusted, and from the next lecture I'm gonna create this content area. We have to create a section, and then in that section we have to create the section for this thing, all of these posts, and then we will create a separate section for this and this. So see you in the next lecture. If you have any problems, so kindly add the discussion in the course. I will help you as much as I can. Thank you for watching this video.